Hey guys, Cody with CJC Off-Road, and today we're out in Barstow, California to do a little suspension testing for you guys. A couple of questions we've always got is what's the difference between a short arm suspension and a long arm suspension? So we found two trucks that matched that the best we could. This truck's on a fully optional Carli Dominator with the short arms. One thing to note is those arms are still longer than stock. They just aren't the long arms like this truck has. It uses a much longer arm with completely new pivot points. They don't bolt into the factory frame brackets or anything like that. A lot of people ask why. There's a huge cost increase in going with the long arms versus the short arms. And a lot of people want to know why. So we figured we'd come out here. There's a variety of terrain, whether it's low speed, high speed, similar to like a lease road or a hunting road, things like that. And just show you the kind of the differences and why you might entertain going with the long arm route over the short arm route. Now, one thing to note, both these trucks, or any arms built by Carli Suspension, use a custom Curry Johnny joint. Carli actually designed their own stainless steel center balls for those. They have a larger surface flange, so the arms cannot slip in the pocket like a lot of other brand arms can. And they also won't corrode, and then with the Curry races and their Johnny joint design, the suspension is actually able to move a lot more freely. A typical bushing arm, actually the bushing has to give as that arm rotates up, and these arms are free to move any which way the truck wishes, and that helps improve the ride, flex, and things like that. Now with this short arm truck, another thing to note is the arms being in the factory brackets. Your frame is up here and your axle is down here, so the suspension stroke is a lot different than a long arm. So like this truck has 7 inches of up travel, 3 inches of down travel, because it's basically pretty much gone through a lot of the suspension cycle, versus this long arm truck, you're able to just sit in the middle of the suspension cycle and go up and down equal amounts. So that'll result in much better off-road performance, but even on-road when going over storm drains, railroad tracks, and things like that, the truck really has a lot more potential to move and cycle through the suspension smoothly. Now this truck right here has the Carli Dominator system is fully optioned, so it has the Dominator shock package front and rear, which consists of King 3.0 shocks with custom tuning and pistons by Carli Suspension, their torsion sway bar, their fabricated high clearance control arms, and their track bar and everything else included with those kits. This truck, same thing, custom tuned King 3.0 shocks, the torsion sway bar and all of that. Now again, we tried to find two trucks which were as similar as possible, and I think we did a pretty good job. Short of the wheelbase, both of these trucks are equipped with almost identical suspension systems. They both have the Carli Suspension Dominator shock package, which is King 3.0 shocks. It comes with custom pistons and tuning by Carli Suspension. They also have stainless steel shock shafts so they can't chip, flake, or rust. Both trucks have the torsion sway bar, the track bar, the linear rate coil, or this truck's actually running the linear rate coils. This truck will be running the multi-rate coils from Carli. The linear rate coils are required with the long arm suspension in order for the coils actually not to drop out because of how much movement the suspension system has. They both have the full leaf springs. So both of these trucks basically have the whole Carli catalog. Again, the main difference being the short arms, which is still the Carli fabricated or high clearance extended control arms on this side, and the Carli fabricated long arms on this side. Alright, as you can see, both these trucks perform amazing for being heavy-duty diesel trucks in off-road terrain that is often used for racing of dirt bikes and razors and trophy trucks even out here. So both trucks do handle the terrain quite well. Again, the long arm truck is going to work better. It allows for more suspension movement. Again, there's more travel. The truck just naturally rides in the middle of the suspension stroke, so what that allows you to do is go over even bigger dips or off-camber situations without the truck hitting basically your bump stops and throwing off the truck. So it's able to ride smoother over larger terrain. Again, on road it will ride better as well because the longer arms put more leverage against the shock and spring, resulting in just a smoother feel in the cab. Because again, sometimes with these trucks they can look extremely smooth outside, but you're feeling it in your driver's seat. That is not so much the case with the long arms because they do just cycle smoother and more linear, and this does allow for a better seat of the pants feel. So again, while this actually was my favorite setup, I always like selling this setup to customers because there's not a single customer that's ever been upset buying this package. It rides amazing on and off highway. It looks killer. The parts are amazing. They're huge. They're beefy. The chances of any of this stuff wearing out are slim to none. versus you have this setup now, which Carli basically took the bar and set it even higher with a setup that even rides better, cycles more suspension travel, and works killer. Now this truck right here, again, like I said, has a Carli Dominator. Are you serious? It's on my nose. Where is it?
Let me go get my gun.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Oh my gosh.